Hey, are you a business owner that struggles with your monthly revenue? You're an entrepreneur. You have a job where you are responsible for monthly revenue or getting leads or making sales or closing deals. If this is you, I want to tell you how my client Jay, in just 1 month of working together, had her best revenue month ever. So here's what we did. We did three main things, and these are the things you need to do if you want to bring in more monthly revenue, close more deals, create more revenue, however it is that you make money. So number one is this. Normally, when you're trying to figure out why am I not creating that level of revenue, or why am I not closing the deals, why am I not making the income, why am I not getting leads, whatever it is, right? And apply this even if you're in corporate, right? Whatever it is that you feel like you need to do on a monthly basis that you're not achieving. So the first step that we did is we have to surface what is the essential problem, because for so many people they think, I need a better offer, or I need to get my marketing better, or I need to do something external that will create the solution. And so we get really caught up in seeking what I call information or knowledge rather than seeking wisdom. And I've done this in my own life, and my clients are so type A and so used to solving problems on the daily that they're really good at resourcing, networking, researching, right? Trying to figure out what's the answer to the problem. Who do I need to know? Do I need a new planner? Do I need new leads? Maybe I even need a new mentor or a new job. And so what I want you to know is that's really not the problem. So the first step I did with Jay was, and I do it with all my clients, is you have to surface the essential problem. And that is usually a problem that is at the unconscious. It is a deep piece attached to your neural wiring that is there because in some time of your life, it was installed to keep you safe, right? And what's challenging about this is because we're really, really smart. Often it's like the last piece. And the part of us that wants to feel safe kind of doesn't want to see it because it means really transforming or really changing. So the thing that we have to do is we have to really surface the essential problem. And for so many people, this is something that you may have even had an awareness of, or there's been sort of like a niggling inside, but you haven't owned it and you haven't really realized that this is the problem that needs to be solved. So you have to really surface the essential problem. Once you have the essential problem, the real problem that is the unconscious wiring, that's where as a high performance coach, get to go in and help remove those blocks and really in a very quick time, just get to the heart of it and start to heal it, release it. Because what we have to do is the second thing, and that is this. Even if you figure out, okay, I need more confidence, or I'm not owning my value, or I don't think I'm worthy of this kind of success. Or it's really, I don't believe that I'm capable. I feel like an imposter. If you know that, it kind of doesn't matter because, and here's something really important, you should write this down. Knowing something and then continuing in action, right? Like being your authentic self and meditating and going to yoga and doing all those things that you do. Plus knowing this is why I'm not successful. I know the unconscious block or the limiting belief. Those two things don't create a different result in your life. It does not help you make more money in a month. It's just, the information. So the second thing is that you need to understand that you cannot think your way out of your thoughts, or you cannot think your way into a new thought, a new belief, or a new identity. Like, I'm worth it, or I'm good at sales, or I'm capable. That will never work. Okay. So what we need to do, the second thing is that we have to actually install neural wiring that is aligned with the identity of your highest, best self. On our campus, we call it your essential self. It is the unblocked, unpatterned, highest version of you. It is where your power is, right? And so even though you know these things, the old wiring is attached to an old identity. And here's what's deep. That old identity of not enough, not important, not capable, whatever it is, has had years and years in existence. And it has actually created a timeline of your life. The past has led you to this moment. And if you do not change your neural wiring and install the new identity of what is really your potential, everything in your life is sort of continuing down the identity and the momentum of the old life where you've reached a limit. You've hit your upper limit. And that momentum of the old identity of not believing is really powerful. The people you have in your life, the choices you make, how you price your stuff, how you appear in a sales conversation or when you're negotiating, all those things, they have the momentum of the old identity behind it. So the second thing we have to do is we have to break apart the old identity and start to create a new identity. That's deep. It's really, what am I at the core? Who am I really? And know this so deeply that it's organic, like breath. Because when you try to think your way into the new identity or write a bunch of affirmations or just tell yourself to think better thoughts because you should know better, that actually makes it worse, right? You get caught up in a vicious cycle. What we're talking about is creating a virtuous cycle whereby all of your beliefs, all of your actions, all of your thoughts are aligned with a new identity. And number 3 is we have to then create momentum for the new momentum tunnel with the new identity of the way that you live your life at your potential, where you're confident, you know your value, getting clients, making money, getting deals. It's easy because that's your identity. And so how do we do that? Well, then we need to start implementing with strategy and new ways of being, meaning that we start to make new choices. We set different boundaries. We have our conversations are different with the people that we're trying to influence and negotiate with. Maybe we raise our prices. Maybe we start putting in more strategy around limitations and urgency, whatever it is, right? Whatever your particular way of making money, this is where we start taking new action, essentially, right? And so in this space, we start to have these micro wins, and micro wins create momentum for the new identity. And then that starts to build momentum to where now everything in our life has changed, right? We have taken the road less traveled. We are walking down a new pathway. We have actions that we're taking to build new momentum. We're creating evidence of the new belief that supports us in our new identity. And then those new results come in like, wow, I had my best sales month ever, right? Now remember, all of these things are 100% not extraordinary, right? Meaning that you don't need to be extraordinary or special to be able to create this kind of change in a short time. You have to remember that ordinary people like my client Jay did this just through the help of a system, right? And following these 3 steps and then having the accountability and the support of a mentor like me so that you can accelerate this process so that it looks like you have more dollars in your bank account right now. If you would like more ways you can increase your monthly revenue without having to work hard or grind hard and actually have more time for fun and freedom, make sure you give us a follow on Instagram at Marni Battista _ or on Facebook, Marni Battista. I'll see you there.